Welcome back, everybody, as I continue to try and recap this mess of a feeds. First, we do need to talk about how messy this house is right now. It gets so hard to keep up with, really. And let's also just talk about how bad everybody is playing. Everybody is playing pretty damn badly. But I'm not complaining because I would rather have a cast that is playing hard and badly than a cast that isn't playing at all and still mostly playing badly. So I will definitely take this any day because it is entertaining and it is a mess. The HOH tonight was won by Victoria. She is turning out to be quite the comp beast. I'll get to her plans a little later. I feel like Victoria winning right now. I mean, she's gonna go with the plan she's been planning for the past week. It's just I don't know. My problem with these players, it's reminding me of a certain season of Survivor, and I will get to this on the podcast if I remember, but it's just this cast is so lost at all times. I've never seen a cast just always completely flip on their allies so much. Like Kiefer yesterday, I talked about how he just overplayed, made up lies, he's the one that has turned the Sunsetters into this mess that they are right now. Kiefer has made a lot of stupid mistakes in just the last couple of days. And he has turned Tina and Latoya and other people in this alliance to not trust him. Tina is completely like bouncing on the alliance in general, but especially with Kiefer and the guys. And he did all this for what? Just to hurt his own position in the game and take down his closest allies of Tina and Toya, mostly Toya, that we'll get to. But this is becoming a theme with this cast of just either not protecting their allies or bringing down their allies by messing up. Probably the smartest of the bunch is Tina. She's the one who's at least being able to go around the house and look like she's just on outside of everything. Earlier, she was laughing with Austin and Brayden that she was not that she didn't know about the flip, like they didn't know about the flip, and they were laughing about it. So she's been doing a very good job of adjusting, and the rest of her alliance is not adjusting well at all. It does seem like Tina has completely flipped on the guys in the Sunsetters, but she needs to be careful as well. I could definitely see her getting caught up in some mess just as well as everybody else because this house is so messy that if you're not either protecting your ally or protecting yourself, it's probably gonna crumble at some point. Except for with these duos. I mean, these duos are all pretty close. So while the Sunsetters are shooting themselves in the foot and everybody else just is not doing well, Austin and Brayden have lucked out. They spent last week just hanging out in the HOH room while everything else fell apart around them. They're barely playing, so I mean, they're really not my favorites at all, but they find themselves in alliance with another duo of Kyle and Rohan now. This has become the new alliance on the other side of the house. I mean, as a team, I guess it could work out probably slightly better than the other side, but also Austin and Brayden, they're pretty lost. So we'll see exactly how that goes and what comes of that. And now we'll talk about Victoria's HOH. Just more bad gameplay. She's had this target out for Latoya for a while, but it's a very emotional move because Latoya really would not come after her anytime soon. It's a personal thing. I guess insecurity of Victoria's because Latoya is close to Jed and to Sean. So it's another girl in one of these games who just target other girls so she could get close to the guys rather than them targeting the guys. Same old shit. You'd think after 20 years of this game, women would, play the game a little differently, but Victoria is a clown. Sorry, Victoria fans. We're gonna run. It's only been a few hours of her being HOH, and she sucks. This is her plan. She has, already revealed her nominations to most people that it's going to be Latoya and Kiefer. But she's doing this without, doing any securing of her own safety or, just any deal whatsoever. And now she's telling lies to people about who she would renom and telling different things to different people. But while all of this is going on, while she's just targeting Latoya for emotional reasons instead of thinking about her own game, she's not in the main alliance. She's not on the newly formed alliance of Kyle, Rohan, Austin, and Brayden. So she's still at the bottom, even though she's HOH. She's doing other people's dirty work. I don't know. I think if Latoya were to stay this week, even though the odds of that are looking rough, unless she or someone else wins veto for her. But if Latoya stays, I don't think she would target Victoria. I do think Latoya is at least, a bigger thinker than Victoria. But I do think that if Latoya does go, which the odds are that that's happening at the moment, then Victoria with a V is going to end up like Cindy with an S, and she's just doing the dirty work for other people. It's not benefiting her own game in any way, and she's going to find herself a target sooner rather than later, especially since she's a comp beast and winning all these comps. So just more bad gameplay from this season. And I forgot to mention these great strategists on the Sunsetters tonight. They're just pitching the same exact thing to Victoria over and over. First it was Latoya, then Tashawn and Jed, and then Beth, all pitching the same thing, that watch how the people treat you differently now that you're HOH, which isn't the worst thing, but the fact that they're pitching it one after another is, suspicious. And that's the one thing the Sunsetters have done well so far, is to, not look like they're all six together. That is the one thing that has been working for them. But tonight, Tashawn and Jed's brilliant idea. I can't even believe that their great idea was that they were gonna tell Victoria about the Sunsetters and all six of them. And all I could think about is, if Tina heard this, I think she would be scrambling like the other five in this alliance were tonight, because Tina's the only one that's been able to withstand the heat and been able to still look like an outsider and is like getting all this information. I just can't believe that was Jed and Tashawn's idea. They are not the smarter of the bro alliances, at least not in this game anyway. It is probably Rohan and Kyle, even though I think they're being overrated, honestly. All they've done is lay low and do a lot of talking, but they haven't done shit, honestly. So, not impressed. But it is all very entertaining. Lots of drama. Lots of people both accidentally and purposefully targeting people that have their backs, targeting people that are not after them. Oof.